But at least next year, all we have to worry about is, since we're at the 1,000 already, all we have to worry about is making content that generates 4,000 watch hours.
That, and we're gonna have to watch certain things, like, because, like I said, it's gonna be like a bitter sweet thing. Like, we can't be as free as we, like we're gonna have to watch out. We'll have to watch out for Cherry. That Cherry, like,
yeah.
certain things that you can't. It's gonna be risky. Like, we might lose $1.
Have you been watching? So Andrew Tate was just on. God damn it! What was his name? Hold on one second.
Oh, Piers Morgan.
Was it Piers Morgan?
Yeah, I think so. I saw a thumbnail, but I haven't watched it yet. Like, of somebody reviewing it, but I haven't watched the video yet. But I'm pretty sure it was Piers Morgan.
Oh yeah, it is Pierce. It is Piers Morgan.
Pierce. Yeah, Pierce.
Piers Morgan or Pierce. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought what you were getting at outside of the cursing part, because I have something to say about that. I was just talking about. I thought you were about to get at just censorship in general, because Andrew Tate was banned off of all social media platforms,
and so was Sneeko.
So was Sneeko just recently this past week. He was banned off of everything.
Yeah.
And Andrew Tate just went to Pier Morgan. And it was like a conversation where it was like pretty much like that was his first big look in terms of having a conversation with somebody, telling them who he is and his beliefs and stuff like that. Long story short, I don't know if y'all saw it, but it was really hard to watch, kind of.
Why?
Because Pier Morgan was so aggressive, emotionally aggressive, and cutting him off. I mean, I'm talking about. I was watching mediocre tutorials and reviews. I watched it one through by myself. Then I watched him watching it and doing his live feedback, because that channel with mediocre tutorials and reviews, he does excellent articulate breakdowns when in terms of modern women and dating and things of that nature, right? So I'm like watching the video with him as he's reviewing it, and he actually kept score in terms of debate-wise, you know what I'm saying? In terms of like a debate-wise and how the masses, us, will receive the way this conversation is going.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was moments when within 30 seconds, we could count Pier Morgan cutting Andrew off and literally not letting him finish sentences like 5, 6 times in 30 seconds. Like, it was not and then he kept trying to say, I didn't come here with an agenda, I came here to actually get to know you. I think you're an intelligent guy, but literally it's like, imagine any question he asked, he didn't even give him a chance to answer the question. Andrew would start talking, he'd cut him off.
Yeah.
Start talking, cut him off. And then Andrew would sum up his point, and he'd be like, okay, so you do agree that women are property? And he's like, bro, I did not just say, no, I didn't say that, bro. You keep saying that,
Yeah.
So it was crazy. Like,
now, have you seen the interview with him talking to Hassan Piker?
Yes, I did see that.
Okay, yeah, because apparently, like, was it the same kind of back and forth with Hassan? Was Hassan a better interviewer than Pierce?
No. Hassan is more of like a bully, kind of. He's like a liberal bully. So, like, Hassan's was really just like, he was just there trying to kind of embarrass him. And then, so the Hassan and the other Andrew Tate debate wasn't really a debate. Andrew Tate was in his entertainment, I'm about to get these views up bag. And Hassan was like trying to school him and educate him and play him out pretty much. And Andrew was just like, bro, you're literally bringing the energy of the live down. You are ruining everybody's experience right now. We're literally having a good time right now. So they weren't coming together to have a genuine conversation.
So has he ever been interviewed by anyone who was actually genuinely trying to get information of who this man is? Or are they all trying to press
Not that I know of, honestly. He has, I think. Who has he? I'm trying to think of a platform that's not manosphere based as well, too. Because, I mean, of course, he's been on, like, Fresh and Fit, but they're not doing real interviews.
Yeah, they're on the same page.
That's on the same page. That's not... I would say the most equal conversation I've ever seen him engage in was with... that dude Pier Morgan. That would be his like first touch of that.
Piers Morgan?
Piers Morgan.
Was the best out of like...
Well, not even... No, I'm not saying the best. I would say that would be the most extreme, I'm going to another platform. Like if I'm a Democrat, I'm going to...
no. I meant like in terms of like they're not trying to attack him. They're not trying to make him look a certain way. Like they're actually trying to get to know who he is. Like has he ever been interviewed by anybody? Like, and why is that?
Because people don't care to understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just like Charlamagne used to say on the Breakfast Club all the time. He's like, nobody cares about the truth and the lie is more entertaining. It's like, why would somebody that we've all deemed and the masses have deemed misogynistic, why do we need to talk to him to figure out why he's misogynistic? You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody...
So the fact is that he is misogynistic, but nobody wants to genuinely ask him as to why.
I don't think he is misogynistic, but they're saying his views are misogynistic. That's what he's like demonized for. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. All right.
And it's so funny because like literally the bar that you had about when you say something in a certain demographic of people interpret it wrong. That's pretty much that's pretty much what Andrew is pretty much saying. He was like, when I had a market of 500 people, if 1% of the people out of the 500 misinterpreted what I mean by what I say, who gives a fuck? But now when it's 100 million or 1 million people, and now I have to worry because 100,000 people or 10,000 people are running around thinking I said something that I didn't say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's openly admitting that I still believe the things that I say, I definitely could have worded them differently. You know what I'm saying? He's openly admitted that multiple times. He's like, I'd be immature. He's like, I wouldn't be a man or I'd be immature if I didn't say that the way that I said things weren't dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he was like, you also got to remember you're pulling up a video when only 500 people watch me. You know what I mean? Or whatever like that.
Yeah, so like with him, like, I know I saw a video, like when I was sick, remember like that time I was like, sick and didn't come in? That's when I decided to like check out like some of his stuff. And I also came across this video where they were saying all the times that Andrew Tate has broken character. And,
I remember we talked about that. I think.
Did we? Oh, okay, I can't remember. But yeah, like it's just like these times where he would kind of like say something drastic, and then like he would kind of like laugh to himself. He's like, okay, maybe that was you know, like
where you know he's being real. Let's like a real person in there.
So what is it? Like, is he not like Borat, but is he more like, okay, he's mostly like what he's saying is kind of like shock value, let's get these views thing, or is it really like, because I know with Kevin Samuels, I felt like, you know, regardless of, you know, how you feel about what he thought,
there's a certain
I never got this showmanship, I'm trying to get views feeling from him. I was just like, no, this is what, he went viral by accident. Like,
right.
You know,
doing his regular show.
Yeah, it was insulting this woman like how he insults anybody, and then that video just happened to boom. But from him, I never got this showmanship feeling from him, like he's actually trying to go viral.
Well, okay, so I think it's actually different because you might not have gotten that feeling, but I saw the showmanship in what he did, though. Yeah. So Kevin Samuels wouldn't have a soundboard of a dog barking, when you hang up on people, the military salute. Those are his showmanship aspects. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. His showmanship aspects might not be as much as like words, maybe. You know what I mean?
Or just like him and Sneeko. It's like they're yelling and yelling and being controversial like that. That's how you go viral. But with Kevin Samuels, he's just calm, composed.
So that brings me to a video that Mediocre Tutorials, a review, did as well, where he's saying that live streaming is what killed the manosphere. Because still circling back to this overall topic that we're having of censorship. Yeah. There is censorship. There is no real First Amendment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't say what you want genuinely. You genuinely cannot say what you want.
Like it is a joke.
Right. Actually. And it's like, sure, literally you can say whatever you want.
Kind of.
If you plan on saying whatever you want on this YouTube platform, they can decide to ban you. If you decide to say whatever you want on this Facebook platform, they can ban you. You know what I'm saying?
And to me, it goes even beyond.
Even beyond that.
Beyond platforms. I feel like even just like, you know, just to acknowledge that black people, we have a certain power that we don't acknowledge, which is basically we can get people fired for saying the N-word.
Right.
If the First Amendment was really real, then white people or anybody would be able to say
going viral off saying nigga and losing your life. Or not
just viral, but it's just you would have the freedom. Like that's where freedom of speech is.
Right.
You have the freedom to any speech, really.
True.
But that's not. I think like when they wrote that, maybe they didn't think it through.
Well, I mean, you know, you got
because you can't say it. You're not free to say anything.
Then you because you remember back in the day, you know, you say something the wrong thing, that's treasonous.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you can say treasonous things.
Yeah.
So you've never been able to, never in history,
really been free to say anything. Have you really
been able to say anything? Now you are free to say whatever you want, but you also need to understand what the consequences are tied behind whatever you feel like staying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then it's like, but then when they say you're free, it's like free without consequence or just free. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Just free on free.
Oh, you're free to say it.
Yeah.
But we'll punish your ass.
You're not free from no consequences, though.
Nobody's
free from consequences.
Yeah, that should have been number 2 right under it.
Right. Yeah. So Mediocre Tutorials Reviews did a whole great video. Look that up. Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. The video is called "Live Streaming Killed the Manosphere," and the reason he put that video together. Kevin Samuels was so different, and why he was so different and superior than everything that we see now when it comes to the Fresh and Fits and the Sneakos and even Kevin Samuels is because he was able to have his conversation in a mature, classy, and an intelligent way to where even though he was live streaming, he chose all his words so carefully. Nothing could be. If you looked at the full context, nothing could be looked at as crazy. Almost.
Yeah, and that's the problem because when you're shouting and shit, that's when you
that's when you lose
crazy.
Right.
And saying it like that.
So the point that Mediocre Tutorials and Reviewed had was because freedom of speech really ain't freedom of speech. When you decide to step into this manosphere and talk about women and the modern dating pool and things of that nature. You're not free to say whatever you want at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. We all know it's not equal in terms of women critiquing men and men critiquing women. So that's why he's like in my videos, he said, that's why I don't live stream when I'm talking about that. He's like, I want to make sure I'm picking my words correctly. I want to use examples correctly. He's really conscious of crafting each video so that no matter how it's looked at the end of the day, he comes off as intelligent and presented an argument or case well. Because not everybody... Instead of emotionally.
Yeah, because
emotionally.
That's the thing.
Live streaming opens you up to emotional reactions.
Yeah. Or, I mean, wait, did Kevin Samuels used to...
Kevin Samuels always live streamed, but he was built different, too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, some people don't have that talent of being able to be calm and articulate their thoughts.
I would say most people don't.
Yeah, most people.
It's hard. That's hard.
So when you, like I say, like, now that Kevin Samuels is gone, to pick Andrew Tate or Sneeko as the next leader and all that stuff, it's like, I don't know don't you want somebody that's a little more self-composed, a little more mature, you know, like, because that's the thing. They don't come off as mature to me.
Right.
They come off as like, you know, just.
Well, this is like, to me, Sneeko does not come off mature to me. Comes off as intelligent, but not mature. But Andrew Tate was never trying to be that Kevin Samuels figurehead. If you were to technically look at how Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate's, Kevin Samuels was the consultant. Andrew Tate was the client that he was talking about. So Kevin Samuels' whole thing was he was a consultant for the 1% man. So he would help men visually look and get their business up because they want to be in that top 1% of men making millions of dollars a year. And he was saying that as he was climbing and meeting more of these clients and these top 1% of men, or even top 20% of men, they had issues finding relationships that they found worthy enough to where they wanted to get married, which is why he started looking into the issue of why can't these men who are everything that women say they want find wives, and they actually want wives. Yeah. That's what led him into talking to women and realizing there was a disconnect between the women and these top 20% men. So I say that to say, so all the things that Kevin Tate and Kevin Samuels would tell you, this is what these men typically want from their woman. Andrew Tate is that guy. Kevin Samuels would technically be the spokesperson for that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Andrew Tate is literally just the Playboy billionaire or the Playboy millionaire living the ball in life, hot girl, fast car, mansions, exotic trips. And Kevin Samuels is like, this is the guy that you claim you want. This is what he wants from a woman. And then Andrew Tate is repeating that, essentially.
Yeah. Okay, so now what do you think of this? Have you seen this TikTok? I didn't see it on TikTok. I saw it on YouTube, I think. But there was this middle-aged teacher, white teacher.
The crazy thick one?
No.
You saw that one?
This one? No, I didn't see
okay,
that
go ahead.
But this one was just a normal-looking teacher.
Okay.
And she was
a
just...
basic bitch.
Like, she was what?
A basic bitch.
Amazing bitch?
No, a basic.
A basic bitch.
Yo, because these teachers be IG models now, and it should be crazy to me. Yeah, these fine-ass teachers. I'll be like, where were y'all at when we were teaching?
Right? Yeah. When we were in kids. When we were in school.
Sexy as hell. It's crazy now.
Yeah. But yeah, she was like a normal, like looking like English teacher or something.
Okay.
And she was... she was like sad, and she said, my like 11-year-old boy students,
I saw that.
The way they're talking to girls in the class are like, you're fat, and you're this, and
right.
And Andrew Tate's name was brought up, and
of course,
he said one of them said to her, like, shut up, you're just a woman, or something like that.
Savage,
yeah.
And that's pretty much what Andrew Tate was going on to this Pier Morgan platform, discussing, pretty much saying there's certain things that he would have worded differently so that wouldn't happen. Or that would happen less. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you can't go back in time, and
because you can't go back in time,
because they're going to be 20 years old. I mean, for the rest of their life, they're going to think this. And
at the same time, it's kind of crazy. It's like, at the same time, man, we can't dictate people's reactions. We can do as much as we can to articulate and craft our words perfectly to where they won't get taken out of context, but there's never gonna. I think it's impossible to fully censor yourself to where. Not censor yourself, but fully articulate yourself to where nobody takes it out of context.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, how would a white supremacist do that? Like, how would a white supremacist, like, how is like, yes, I'm trying not to, the way I'm talking about people of color, if people take that out of context and they start picking on black people or whatever, that way is like, well, if they take it that way, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
Or, what are they supposed to do? Or does it stop at just like gender and race and all that stuff? Does it even matter?
Does it have to be certain topics?
Yeah. Does that make a difference? Or
I think that for sure makes a difference because it's like cooking is just like if I said something about cooking you ain't fucking with, you're just not gonna watch my cooking channel. But like gender, race,
sexuality.
Those. I feel like there's no way to. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely a way to. There's definitely a way to make it to where if you take what I say out of context, that's because you was there already. You were already extreme, and nothing I could have said or not said would have stopped you from coming to that conclusion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely a blunting you can do, but I don't think you're never gonna be able to fully get rid of it.